We're gonna get this one underway. So in 3, 2, 1. What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We've got Cimo, the man you all know and love, going head-to-head against back-to-back Dragon Duelist national topper Eddie Strom. So Cimo's in a rough position, losing the RPS here. It's gonna be a pretty good one. And starting off with Thoroughblade, we do have Zoo on Eddie's side, and we can almost guess that Cimo's gonna be playing the Zodiacs as well. Maybe a true Draco variant, maybe not. We could be seeing the very last days as the OCG list just came out. So we very well could be on the last days of even seeing this in our tournaments here, as we'll switch immediately over to the new list the moment it's dropped for the TCG. And joining me on commentary is another Alex. You may know him very well, Mr. Alex Buell, and I think you added that second top under your belt recently, didn't ya?
Yep, top 32 at YCS Toronto.
Nice, nice.
Cimo is actually a good friend of mine, so it's going to be a pleasure to watch. I actually played Eddie at a regional about a year ago, and despite his age, he completely thrashed me, so it should be a really good match.
I think I gotta change the background just for our commentator here. Should have done this during his feature match. There we go. That might suit your taste a little more. So we got Tiger Mortar giving the Hammer Kong another material, and it's a Whiptail too, a stronger material that you would like behind it. And now Dryden's gonna float up, and it's at 1600 too. So this is a pretty beefy start. Not the most optimal, but it's still a really beefy start. Oh, and 3 back row here.
Goes with this deck, like, your board doesn't have to be great if you just have a good back row to back it up.
It does not get much better than this. Oh, but a Dark Hole is going to swipe this off if there's not a My Body or Pianissimo, and it doesn't seem that there is. This is why I think Tribe is just okay coming back. You already got double Dark Hole, double Kaiju Slumber, Raigeki. Tribe is fine. Give it to the Mermail players. It's a hard draw. You can't search it, can you?
Situation too, because it's an ignition effect, Dryden just would be able to pop it before it even activated.
Yep, you don't get priority these days. You might... It's like the GOAT players are like, Tribe's back, let's play you. Oh no, it's not the same. And we got 4 sets back, so Cimo seems fully loaded to deal with any summons, but he's not putting any monsters of his own out there if he does have one, but he might be keeping a card in hand for a Twin Twister during the end phase too.
And like a card like Dimensional Barrier will definitely put the turn back clock, so he'll be able to have another chance of drawing the Zoo.
That face down Tenki, though, coming out of nowhere. And a Rat Pierre going to hand. No one cares about Tribe, not even the Mermail players. I don't know about that one, GCD. I care, and I'm somebody. I'm not no one, am I? Please tell me I'm relevant. So Rapier is going to use effect, not caring about a Ghost Ogre that might be in hand. And it's probably going to send combo, is it not? Because we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different names as is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there goes combo. Free advantage.
And so the Borbo is going to get summoned by the look of it. I feel like if you had a Dimensional Barrier or something to like stop it, you would have hit.
Oh, Floodgate!
Ooh.
Nope, you're gonna stay face down, ass up, with Rapier stuck behind you, unable to activate its effect. Your extra monster zone locked out here for now.
Definitely has to be one of the best cards against Pure Zoo if they don't play around it, because essentially Cimo just establishes the domain lock, and he doesn't have to do anything now.
Oh, and there is the Heavy Storm Duster that was called by the stream chat. Oh, but a Cosmic Cyclone's gonna fire back, taking another one. And it's a Dimensional Barrier. Wow, losing a really tough one there. Oh, but he loses his own Dimensional Barrier.
Hand traps aside, he's actually in a great position now if he draws into any monster. I mean, even if he doesn't, he still can't really... He can't really make a push as long as he has that Borbo.
Yeah, there's nothing on the field threatening, but Ash, the 5-head girl, and Ghost Ogie can pop out of nowhere, aka the 4th card about to be added to hand during the standby phase.
Ghost Ogre might not even be that great, because if you let him establish a board, then you have a card like Dark Hole that outs the Floodgate, also takes rid of his monsters instead of just negating yourself.
Howdy, RVD Kid. I already said hi to you, though.
Application.
And he's sending back that whip. Leaving Thorough and Dryden. Thorough, I guess, is one of the best Tiger Mortar attaches.
Oh, that's between that and Ram.
Oh, Barrage! Yeah. And it is A-okay, says Eddie. Are you saying it's okay, but it's not okay? Are you trapped in a glass cage of emotion right now?
No one wants to say that the Barrage resolution is fine. Art is just way too good, and especially because this is what he's starting with, so he can like potentially make a rank 4 or a Link if he chooses to go that way, because he doesn't use his normal summon yet.
Yeah, how likely is it that he just held the monsters through all that back row, though? How likely is that? I think it could be very likely. You could just depend on your back rows to have taken care of your situations after clearing the field, and been perfectly fine sitting there.
The other level 4 off of Broad Bowl, and then make something with it that way.
Yep, there's Broad. And Broad's going to go ahead and attempt to search, and there's no 5-head touching down.
I definitely feel like if you had a hand trap, you would have dropped it on the Barrage, because that can just enable way too many things.
Indeed, you don't leave him with the Trident, do you? And he sends his own combo. Does he have it loaded yet? I don't think so. Yeah, we're just ramming there. Look at that graveyard, though. Jeesh. It kind of just speaks how this duel's gone.
For combo by the time the standby phase comes, so he already has 2 names, and I imagine he's gonna get it.
Oh yeah, we're getting there. He can chalk a 9, bring back the Ram. Then he can make misses. Well, that's still pretty rough.
He's here.
Cimo's fighting Master Rule 4 right now, not necessarily Eddie on this one. And there is what he's going into chalk a 9. I finally got one right. But then you can't overlay on the Ram, so you almost have to use it here and then keep your Rat available. And there's misses.
Loses out on his Chakanon, but given the structure of his turn, that was kind of how it had to be. By getting Ram and not getting Rat.
And for everybody waiting for after the feature match, we will be playing Magibullets thanks to Blast Ray. And then I have no clue where the stream's going from there. Ooh, Tiger Mortar. So he's gonna use Rat's effect, or is he using... Oh, he's attaching. Alright.
Interesting.
Building up that defense. And it's a beefy Trident. And I'm guessing he's not going to attack. I don't feel like this is prepared enough.
Draw the Dark Hole like right here. He has nothing to worry about. He can play on his terms.
Yep. And there he goes. He's just going to chill on it.
There's nothing to scoff at with a 2,500 defense.
Yeah, but remember, any card given to Eddie is going to give him extra attack too. But with that extra Monster Zone locked out, it's unlikely that he's going to get to anything that can even threaten the Trident to make him use it. Oh, there's a pass! Oh, ouch.
The best he could do is get a Throw Blade and run over the Mrs. Radiant, but even then, that's not great. He'll still get the Zoo back. And
I imagine while it's running at that misses, you just see a pop from nowhere. Just the Trident taking it out. I can only imagine the Trident just has a giant sword. You would think that since it's popping, it would have arrows. No, it just swings a giant sword across the field and slashes its problems away.
Decapitate.
Oh, and there's the 5-head. $63 I stopped the Broad Bull.
I think if you're Cimo here, you again just don't attack, but you establish double Trident, and then you put yourself in a position where you can control the board outside of a board wipe, and then just kill the next turn.
Well, he's going to use the combo during the main phase here. So let's see what he can resource himself for.
And if he draws a Zodiac here, like having access to the other extra Monster Zone here makes it so he won't run into the problem he did last turn, so he can actually make a decent board. He's lost the... Well, no, he can get it back. He just needs to... Wait, no, actually, how is he going to get a Zodiac monster in graveyard to check him in?
It is rough. He's already made the Broad Bull. He could start Borboing attacking directly if he could get, like, something substantial under here. Ooh, and there's a barrage to do just that, perhaps.
He can just Yeah, this is pretty good.
And let's see if he equips the barrage to the Broad Bull here for free. Yep, he said F. Or is that just... Oh, nope, he's not going to do it. Aw.
No, the Third Blade is absolutely the best course of action because you get to dig through your deck even further, and now you have the material in your graveyard, so you can get a second.
Tiger Borbo, Tiger Borbo, Tiger Borbo. And then Dryden on that beefy 2K defense.
This is 4,000. This is 900 damage. Has not used Tiger War yet, I don't believe, so...
Yeah, he put the Tiger back. So he hasn't used it this turn. So he can go Tiger. Well, he can go into something, into Kong, into... oh, we're going Shakanine. I'm just wrong all the time.
Normal either. Well, no, I don't think if you can't OTK, getting back to Dryden is probably your best course of action.
Well, what I was saying is... if he has access to Borbo, I was thinking he would make a 2800 Borbo and then put the Dryden on top. Now he's going to get double Dryden. But I was thinking perhaps he would want to make the Borbo to start attacking directly for 33s. Put him on the clock.
Double Dryden's good in the instance that Eddie does play enemy controller, because that way he still has a Dryden through. I'm getting stolen.
Did you see the new episode of Reigns? I have not seen it yet. And please don't spoil it next time I'm outplayed. I really look forward to watching Brains, and I'm a little angry that you told me what kind of deck there is, although I'm fine with it because I don't know any details, but you told me a bit of what happens, and I look forward to that every single week, so... and I don't watch the trailer for the next episode.
But I never actually saw Brains. Is it good?
I love Reigns. Reigns is one of the best animes they've had in a long time. Alright, he's going to pierce right there, and it's going to pierce for a lot. That's going to be 28. This isn't game-threatening, is it? 28, 900, 19, and 21? Oh, is it game-threatening? Ouch! Oof! Never mind, I thought that was not going to be game.
That Dryden was brought back with Shotgun, I thought.
It can attack, but its effects are negated, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's at 0.
Ooh.
It might just... I don't know everything in Eddie's hands, but that potentially might have been game already. We don't really know for sure.
Yeah. So, we always like to take this time to thank our sponsors on this fashionably pink layout. YugiOhSingles.com, Gem Playmats, No Limit Gaming, and TrollandToad.com. Without them, we wouldn't have an amazing free tournament with huge prizes for you guys. This is our 50K special member tournament, and with that, first place is getting 100 New Zealand store credit to Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles, along with their choice of a Gem Playmat, that's going to get picked, or a box. Second place gets the sloppy seconds that was not picked by first, probably the box, and third place will either get half of a box, well, they'll get half of a box, and fourth place will walk away with nothing as the salty playoff returns. You gotta win to get in. Alex, you know about those salty playoffs. You having flashbacks right now?
But
finally walking away with some prize pool.
Absolutely, and hey, like, even though I got second, that box was broken. I pulled Reincarnation and Firewall, so I can't really...
Oh, baby! You should have filmed that opening.
You're right.
Alex's pack opening channel here.
Opening packs, and I told her I'd keep the box sealed for her, but I didn't see her till the end of the week, so I just opened it on my own.
Alright, Eddie getting to start first again. Again, another...
Was able to take this game 1 despite going second, so he might be able to have a similar result here. Because really, all he needed was Dark Hole and Floodgate Trap-Hole to get him there.
See, I'm outplayed. I save up episodes. Sometimes, like, I'll save up 2 or 3. I stream, like, every single day. I get, like, 1.5 hours off every day. I wake up, I work out, I make my videos in reverse order sometimes, eat lunch, and then I have my, like, time to, like, look through things, look through Facebook, maybe watch an episode or 2 or something, and then I stream until the stream has me no longer, and that's been till, like, 2 a.m. most of these nights. So, like, I have to pick and choose which animes I get to watch, and sometimes I'm, like, 4 days late on Brains because of that. So that's why we say no spoilers in here. And we've got Tenki touching down. Gonna search him any zoo monster from his deck.
Yeah, it looks like he slow rolled it too, so maybe he was just deciding on his target, or maybe he was just... was all he got. But we got a rat touching down here.
Yeah, rats. Go ahead, sorry. Combo early. Alright, so it's likely he has a way to get to Ram Ram already?
In the pure deck, getting to Ram Ram early isn't as important. It's mainly just for dealing with their giant going second, versus something like Draco Zoo, where you want to get your Ram as soon as possible so you can start blowing up the diagram. So combo seems like, for the most part, the better play. In a Broad Bull here, probably just in the event of a Maxi, he gets to draw and search, or summon rat and search.
So it seems to be all good.
Playing Dryden first, because you end up check-9ing it back anyway, and that way if you do have Max C, you do end on a Dryden guarantee without getting him the extra draw. This is also very good.
And there is Barrage, so we already had the extender. So now he can get Thoroughblade and pitch to the Ram and try to turn that into a real trap.
Charging a little early too.
So we... Go ahead, sorry.
You end up sending, when you're trying to do this combo, you send Ram Ram, and then you bring it back with Chakanine, and then you Tiger Mortar, so you put the Chakanine in grave, blow up the Ram with Barrage, and then you get back Chakanine to use it again.
So we see Eddie playing Cosmic Cyclone. We see Cimo playing the Heavy Storm Duster. I don't know if that's the correct name. I think it is Heavy Storm Duster. And you have two different spell and trap removals. I think Cosmic Cyclone's more so used against True Draco. Do you think Eddie has switched those out or kept them in?
It's tough to say. I've seen a lot of people using a combination of both Twin Twizzlers and Cosmic Cyclone. So I think unlikely playing pure with all the back row. It's fair to assume that if he has Twin Twisters, he put it in. But he's also going first, so that might not be the case. Instead of like valuing more like traps.
So many monsters on the board for a turn 1. He could have made a Firewall Dragon.
Combo, like where you get back to the Chakanine, you end with a Mrs. Radiant, a Dryden, and a rank 4, which can be another Chakanine to get back a Ram.
And there is Mrs. And there's Borbo. So we do see Eddie playing Borbo. I think Borbo's so awesome. I love seeing its effect. And we got a set 1. How many can we count here? Oh, just 1. All right, that's all it takes. It could be Dimensional Barrier, and he doesn't want to commit anything else.
Course of action, because he actually has a monster that'll definitely survive the turn outside of a wipe.
And there's Tenki. Let's see what Cimo grabs. Hit him with the sphere. I don't think we're gonna see sphere mode in this duel. I don't think the memes are gonna make y'all's dreams come true.
A Zodiac in hand, his best course of action is probably to get Thoroughblade, so because it's more than likely going to get struck down by the Dryden, you have a chance of drawing into an extender versus your current hand where you might not. And there it is. Wade's going to touch down, and of course the Dryden's going to knock it out.
And we send Combo for the draw. Nice. Probably the best card to pitch out of your hand.
No, absolutely.
I've seen some sick combo plays, though, when the people don't expect combo down, and it just makes the entire difference of the duel.
Very true.
But it's better off in the graveyard. On Resolution, ooh, what do we have here? Gonna call Xe since, I don't know, what could he have here?
I think he's referring to combo.
Yeah, he's saying on the Resolution of the Send here. Oh, yeah, he has his own combo.
Now to, like, draw into a hand trap for the extender.
Alright. Nice. So there goes 1, 2, 3, 4. All resource back to the extra. Puts back 1 wrap here so a Tiger Mortar can attach a wrap here and special from deck. Must feel nice.
Though, like, the one draw, for all we know, it could be nothing. It paints an interesting picture about Eddie's hand, because up until this point, with only setting one, he either has a handful of or a handful of hand traps, like I said.
Maximum B. And Cimo's gonna have to take the challenge, or kind of just has to have D barrier.
Bust, yeah. The God card has been deployed.
Yeah, there's the real divine creature.
And the real problem here too is he can't even make a Dryden, because if he has a Whiptail, he'll have to run into the Hammercon and he could just lose it, on top of giving Eddie an extra draw.
Whew.
Even then, you still leave the Barrage on board. So really, you need to have a barrier or a way of blowing up the board on his turn, like a Torrential, or else it's not looking good for Cimo.
Yeah, all he can attack is misses, right?
He can attack the Hammercon. He just can't target anything other than that for effects.
Yeah, but Hammercon has a 2k booty right now, plus 500.
Oh yeah, it's 25.
Yeah, so you can't get over it. He basically can only go for the misses or try to ram into the dry. And there's probably a Whiptail in there. So I think he has to, like, his only option is to go for the Radiant here and shut him back down to 1 extra monster zone per turn.
Well, actually, that's honestly kind of a problem, because at this point, if he does that, he gets adds back Max C.
Oh, yeah! Oh, that's so ugly.
This is really not looking good. I think you just have to crash the Dryden here and hope for the best. Hope that your back row will be good enough to get you there. If he has the Whiptail, he has the Whiptail, but I'm not sure what else you can do.
I'm guessing he's got that whip. He's going to say, check it out. Oh, maybe this is the better option here. So, here comes the Maxi challenge, and it's a 1. So that Maxi's only a +1 right now. He's going to take care of his opponent's Trident. I think that's the least damage you'd be taking off the situation, especially depending on what he could have in his hand. Like, if he has a Floodgate and he can pop this misses, he might be in pretty good territory, even giving back the Maxi. Because then he's playing on his own time again.
That trap card's really going to have to get him there, though. Just because Eddie has demonstrated he already has a normal summon. So Dryden has to use that, but then you have the Barrage after that.
Yeah, that Barrage being still face up is huge.
The end phase. Could that be a Cosmic Cyclone?
Yeah, he's thinking for some time here. And he just opts to draw. Alright, let's see where this is going.
And it's really interesting, though, because the
yeah, just straight into battle phase isn't much pressure.
realize at this point how much defense that Dryden
He said
has.
no, damn it. What? Oh, because it has
gains for both sides as ran.
Oh no, Eddie, no! Not like this. You hate to see this kind of stuff happen.
Does play a little story about Cimo's hand, because if he has a Whiptail there, that would have been especially devastating, because he would not only take more damage, but then lose the Mrs. Radiant on top of that.
Yeah.
That's a Floodgate that's even more devastating.
Oh, man.
This too.
And we even made a comment on that Ram last turn, and then Cimo's the one that took it.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, not like this.
I feel like Eddie's in a pretty advantageous situation, though.
So he's going to summon the Whiptail. And we got to think. I feel like since you're in main phase 2, since you have the Trident, you could pop this, and if that's D barrier, you pop whatever comes out of Barrage.
Your losses here and wait for the Trident to come out and just trade, because you're going to lose it anyway. Like, no matter what, he's summoning a zoo. Because when Cimo's turn goes back on, because of that misplay, he has a chance of dealing with the Dryden, but Ooh, we're just gonna call XYZ.
Indeed. See, I feel like, yeah, maybe he should have let him use the barrage on top of it to use another. Oh, he's gonna just kill the barrage here, alright. Makes a lot of sense.
It is absolutely, it's had a big 180 because of that. Now he has the Zoo Monster on board without even using his normal summon, and unless those back rows are really good, he's going to be able to make a push.
Well, there is 4 of them. You gotta imagine one of them hitting back here is real.
That as it may, though, I feel like if all those were real, he would have set the turn prior. Granted, he did draw 1 off the combo and then 1 per turn.
Yeah, let's see if Cimo can't get his combo live during this turn. Oh, man. Eddie kind of gave Cimo a full turn here. And now Cimo's going to take advantage of it the best he can. On summon. Book of Moon, set that face down. I'm going to do to you what you did to me and seal off your extra monster zone for a turn. Ooh, Shuffle Reborn.
Shuffle Reborn away here.
That's the Desperation Shuffle Reborn here.
Yeah, so it's pretty fair to assume that Cimo already has a Zoo Monster.
Oh, never mind. Oh, getting that. I've never seen that unlock an extra monster zone. That is so cool. That makes a lot of sense.
Shuffle Reborn, another boon on top of being an extender.
Hey, nice floodgate trap hole you got there. It'd be a shame if I just shuffled the card back.
In the end phase, but if he just drew a trap, then it doesn't even matter.
So he resources his Broad Bull back to extra, but he would have to hard summon it this turn. So what is he gonna do to continue up a tree? Now he still has his normal into 3 back row.
I feel like it was pretty much a combination of Ash and Ogre there for that.
Alex Buell, what's your favorite deck?
Fishy Dolls.
My favorite deck's the old 6 Samurais, but I have to say my favorite deck to play was Troop Dupe back in the day. And when I say old 6 Samurais, that's before Gateway. That's with Triple Reasoning.
If we're going all the way back, I really did like windups. Yeah. Cool effect. That's really interesting.
Alright. So it is the biggest monster on the field, and it's going to take care of Whiptail.
A play around Dimensional Barrier here.
Cimo is showing so much knowledge in this matchup. It's really awesome.
Special weekend. I know Cimo's been a very big advocate for Pure Zodiac. He's been the one that's been consistently posting the combos on his channel.
Not answering with BA. Well, a lot of people hated BA for its 3 years and still do. I'm not one of those. I enjoy BA, but it's not my favorite by far. I do enjoy it, though. It's my most recent regional top was BA, and we're talking top 8, but it was a tiny one, so we never uploaded that.
I wouldn't say I hate BA. It's more or less the same like situation I'm in with Zoo right now, where I was just fatigued of it. And even though it's been a year, I'm still like pretty burnt out from it. I do respect what the deck is, though. Down.
Kang. You can't go wrong with Kong. And Eddie's saying it's okay. Now here's Chakanine. What can he bring back here? He can bring back Trident or Thorough.
I feel like here you just get back the Trident, then you equip the Thoroughblade.
Ah, and there's the well-timed D-Barrier. Cimo tried to play through this. And 100 of you guys chilling here with us. Nice to see everybody here on a Thursday night. Ooh, and there is Desires.
Asking for the Ash.
You got it all? Ask Cimo, do you have it? I'm not that broken, says Eddie.
Oh, yes.
So he's got to get to some real back row or hand traps here. And we haven't seen a hand trap from Cimo yet, have we?
True. And plus, you need to consider, too, he's facing the end phase, too. So really, he's just hoping to draw on the trap so he gets some value.
That shuffle reboard's going to take a card, right?
Oh.
Yep.
It's another Desires. That's really interesting.
Yeah, but he's pretty much wide open here at this point.
Absolutely. Granted, if he drew, like, an Ash and an Ogre, that's pretty good, but I don't know. I feel like giving yourself the opportunity to dig further next turn, albeit at the cost of most of your deck, it's kind of what you need to do in desperate situations.
And there's Whiptail. Let's see where this is going to go.
Would be pretty... I think it would be pretty spicy, but at this point, you worry about getting decked out.
He still has the access to 12 and extra. He should be pretty fine.
If he does this right here, he ends with double Dryden, which is almost impossible for Cimo to out unless he has the board wipe.
And he'll probably take care of the barrage this turn.
Yeah, more than likely.
There goes Broad Bull effect. Ooh, Ogre! So there's the first trap. He wasn't wide open. That little snow bunny coming from the hand. Ooh, Econ! All right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good for him. I think this may be starting to head towards game range here, mayhaps, or heavy damage at least. We'll see how he pulls this one out.
Pretty unlikely here. If not in game, it's unbreakable board. Semi-unbreakable board.
Cimo should just scoop. I don't know about that one. You always want to see, A, more of your opponent's cards, so that you can see any spice, such as this Econ that was just dropped on him. B, you want to let it be on your opponent to mess up, not yourself.
And, like, maybe scooping in the interest of, like, saving time would be advocable, but in this point, they have all the time they need.
Yeah, we're in the Zodiac Duelist series. There ain't no time on this one. Does that put combo live?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, one name short. Is it card or monsters for combo? Zodiac cards, so he can.
So he does pop the bronze here, then he gets a chance to draw.
Yeah. Should be game here, as the chat is saying. But again, you got to leave it on your opponent.
It's a 19, 8.
He can Trident during the battle phase to pop Ram after it does 900. It should be game in a lot of ways.
It's almost certainly a game.
Yeah, that's. I think it's game on board if he goes to Trident. It's 19 plus 9 plus what is this? 17 plus 30 some odd, and then pop into 17 more. That should be game with an Ogre U. So Ogre can't stop any of this.
Side of a spicy Psyframe Gear Gamma appears to be over.
Maybe Cimo's just being a showman, showing you what it's all about. And there's the 900. I don't even know that he even needs to go. Yeah, he needs to do the pop.
It's too.
Oh, and he's gonna probably.
Do 12 again, then take the 33 for game.
And here we go into game 3.
Yeah, so Cimo's been stuck in both of these games. Worked out better from game 1. Not so much game 2, but having the ability to start in the pure mirror just is so powerful. Hammer Kong just dictates so many of the interactions within the mirror outside of a board wipe. So it'll be really interesting to see if Eddie can overcome it.
Hey, KD8 Fizzle, how you doing? And thank you, Daniel's girlfriend. I told him that he respects women and he is dating up with you. I got to see you on the face space. Daniel's definitely winning. So, we're going to go into game 3. Since Cimo's going first, I expect that he'll keep in the heavy Storm Dusters. That's usually better going first, you would figure. Well,
absolutely. If nothing else, for turning off Barrage.
Well, we see a pointer of the Red Lotus. Who would play a card like that?
too sure after the recent ruling change, but hey, if he really wants to, it's an option.
Is it that way for all areas though? Because I know it's a Canadian YCS, right?
YCS, yes, but Joshua Varnick, one of the most reputable head judges, he issued the ruling at a regional, I believe, in California the week prior, and he said for further events, and other judges are being instructed to rule as such. So it's pretty safe to assume that it's going to be like that going forward.
So how does that work exactly?
The cards works by its print text, and when you banish the card out of your opponent's hand, they'll get it back in their end phase, not the end phase of the next turn.
All right. And my thoughts on Pure Zoo always topping more than Draco Zoo, but Draco Zoo winning and doing better later in the events. I feel like Draco Zoo just has things that Zoo deals with less, but Zoo itself is more consistent. Like, I feel in the matchup, I usually see Draco Zoo's traps just start to go in, and then the masterpiece is playing around everything. That's kind of my feeling, is that it's just you'll see like Alex plays Draco Zoo sometimes, and we'll see Alex just do his entire Zoo play and bait out all the cards and then just go diagram, and they'll just be like, oh crap.
You know, I feel like the Draco deck, just having diagram just raises the ceiling of the deck so high, and it just naturally has a good Zoo matchup, I think. Being able to interact on their turn so much with like multiple tribute summons.
So no effect for Thoroughblade after a 5-head comes down and stops a Tenki. We'll assume it's an ultimate Tenki for since it's Alex, so we'll say that was a pretty good value for Ash Blossom. And straight into Trident, into Broadbull, so he's going to do the play where he brings it back with Chalkanine and uses Tiger to attach the material and put it in the main monster zone, aren't we?
I feel the Ash from Eddie was a bit preemptive there. I mean, granted, if the only monster he has in his hand is Tenki, that's good, but just with 4 other cards in hand, you can't know for sure. Stoker, I feel like you hit it on the Broadbull there, but if Alex has a Barrage, then he could just continue to go.
Yep, there's Trident in attack mode. There's Tiger Mortar. And its effect is going to resource 1 material to the Trident. Nothing special, though.
Pretty run-of-the-mill Zodiac.
Wait, this is a beefy 100 attack Trident, though, Alex.
And that's 17 Kong. Oh my.
Can't go wrong. Dueling Buck, the budget player's paradise. Why don't you play an original deck, guys? As if Konami didn't create every card we're playing with anyways.
Yeah. I always love the I'd rather play creative decks argument. Zoo's pretty good.
I'm really creative when I put the symphonic engine and everything for my extra normal instead of brilliant fusion.
And you can play whatever you want. It just won't always get you there.
Yep. If it's made by somebody else already, you don't get called the original for playing someone else's creation in the first place.
But it's down to Eddie now.
Yeah, he has to play through a Trident, a singular... Oh, there goes that back row I was just about to mention. And, oh, there goes the 100 attack for Trident. Oh, no. Shuffle Reborn Blufferino. Maybe the real traps are in hand. And Cimo's playing the long game.
Also the possibility that Cimo just opened up a ton of Zodiac monsters. Although, I guess outside of playing around Ogre then, it doesn't make sense to not use Thoroughblade. Now, is one of them an extender?
Digging for cards. And it is Barrage off the top of the deck without the shuffled hand.
Tough.
Oh man, oh man. Now can Cimo play back through with 4 cards and a Shuffle Reborn?
A tough break for Cimo here. That definitely... I'd argue Barrage was absolutely better than, say, Shuffle Reborn here. Much more. He's able to basically imitate the board at this point.
Yeah, Rat's going to give him some extra mileage.
I guess he was just trying to play around Ghost over there by not using Thoroughblade. Because that to me would scream it's a bunch of Zoos in hand, if they're not hand traps.
The comebacks are indeed real. Eddie definitely having a huge upswing here off of that one singular draw from Thoroughblade. And if he has a real back row as his other last card in hand, wow, is he in a good position for 4 cards.
Multiple times. It's pretty fair to assume that he already had the barrage, instead of just investing so much into the turn with the Twin Twisters is the hope you drew into it.
Do we know if Cimo has Whiptail?
No, I don't believe we do. Oh, he actually, yeah, I'm imagining he should, because he searched Broadwell. Log as a spectator, so.
When you'd planned a day off, but you're in almost an hour of a Zoom match. But this is a good one for sure.
High-profile players that are proving that they know they have what it takes to have an entertaining match, even if Zoo is a little bit stale.
Yeah, definitely some high-level play from Cimo. A funny goof from Eddie and a recovery here with a little bit of luck. But to get this far, sometimes you need a little bit of luck with the skill. You added whip, right? Ask Eddie. You got the chat log. And he shows the whip, so we do know that Cimo does indeed have a whip tail. So he's got to deal with that one.
That's reasonably big here, because he can't just try and get rid of both of them. He'll have to crash into something, unless he has removal.
Leader of Cola, you can actually donate for me to play a deck building challenge. And it's $5. And you can have me play versus you, rated, or versus a random viewer. So you could make me play a deck and play the deck yourself and make me play the mirror. Indeed. So we got the Think, the good old Think, and Cimo's going with the KK. And we're going right into Drident here, so he's going to do the kind of turn that Cimo did and get the Drident once again.
I think I see what Eddie's doing here. I can't make a comment for sure without knowing what the last card in his hand is, but if it's where I think it is, this is going to be crazy.
So there goes Chalk. Chalk's probably bringing back Drident, right? Thoughts on Volcanic's post-masterpiece? I don't know about that one, but we have seen spicy Volcanic Paleos. I think Paleo's the much more likely deck to make a surprise comeback out of the two. Actually, that gives me an idea for a video. Let me... Where's my notepad? Alright, Alex, you gotta carry me for a second. I gotta find my notepad.
I got you. So it looks like it. Do it. Holy shit, he's gonna do it. King. Yeah, this could potentially be an absolute blowout for Cimo if this turn plays out like I think it's going to.
Whew. My name is Aiko. I love your stream. Well, thank you, oh strong. And Aiko, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Be done. So what I was thinking, the play I was referring to here is, I was under the impression that Eddie had enemy controller. So what he would do is he would equip the Whiptail, and then he would take it and then make Mrs. Radiant with it. So he loses the Zoo monster on top of the dragon as well.
Ah, and there's a Regeki, it seems. Ooh, lightning from the heavens.
So brutal.
That is brutal, Cimo. What's good? Field wipe. Oh, it feels so good.
And Eddie getting punished here for not bringing back the Ram. That's just... Yeah, if... Here, yep.
And there's another Reborn. Man, Cimo definitely just like showing the swings of this matchup all at once. And can he force game through 8K here with an open field and not having normal summoned yet?
Not sure about that, but he'll be able to make a respectable board. With Ram too, so he'll be able to withstand like a board wipe.
And there's a Rat. Rat is going to use effect. He's normal summoning it. And it's okay when you're saying it's okay, but it's not okay. Oh, man. Combo goes to grave. It'll be live the next turn for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. He's in a similar position here where he has to preemptively chalk a 9 just to get back, just to be able to use the rat. Like getting Ram on the board was probably your best course of action, because that way, if Eddie only having 2 cards and no shuffle, reborn, and graveyard, you're dealing with 2 cards, so you have to deal with the board wipe and a potential zoo monster. So that way, you guarantee to have a Trident for both cards. I'm just a guy.
Just a guy out here trying to wear a pink suit and play Yu-Gi-Oh! This is Alex Buell, and this is my story.
Amen. I'm waiting for that ban list to see if I'm going to make the trip over to Florida next weekend.
Oh, man, the UDS? Oh, baby.
Honestly, I have a lot of stuff planned for post-ban list that won't really work right now, so... I'll drop that list, Konami, if you're out there. It'd be much appreciated.
Come on, ban list. That'd be so great to drop it tomorrow. It's Friday, my dudes. So Chakanite is
on the verge. Right? We waited long enough.
Chakanite is going to bring back Kong. Is he just going to load the Kong, or is he going to go into misses here? And it is misses.
Because looking at the game here, the only way Eddie really wins is if he has a way of dealing with the Trident on top of a Zodiac monster. So you're going to be able to, provided you have cards to deal with the third Trident next turn, you have a way of adding back a Zoo for sure, plus you have a draw of combo and Shuffle Reborn.
There's Tiger. And it's going to attach the Thorough. We know there is a Whiptail in hand, right? Still, yeah. Looks like the 1900 and the 1600 punch. Oh, plus 500.
100.
Yep, there it is. Gonna save that Whiptail for later. Is there a back row? There's a Trident. And taking care of misses most likely is not going to include a Whiptail, but it could. So we'll see. It would have to be like Field Wipe, Whiptail, go up into Broad Bull, get Whiptail, and then what? 50-50 top deck here, but the top deck gods are always here for me. Ooh, did he make it? Combo on draw. Cimo is going to be digging for a hand trap.
When we got the set, it looks like this one's going to be a wrap.
Yeah, with Whiptail out there, it ain't looking good. But they draw at 3 a.m. Eastern my time Friday. Maybe. When I gotta wait for PayPal money to transfer. Oh, you're talking about that sci-frame mirror? I just want funny meme decks, damn it. Oh, okay.
Make a difference, though. As long as Cimo has any normal summon outside of Whiptail, then this is probably over. Because assuming that's Ram, the best case scenario, you're going to punch over for 800, then 19, and then attack. Anything?
Yeah, I think you just attach the whip and then pass after attacking. Oh, no, we're going for game. We're trying to dig through Hand Trap City. We know
have Ghost Ogre. This also works.
Yeah, Eddie has shown so many hand traps though. So Cimo playing with a little bit of fire for the chance at game, perhaps. There's another whip. Yo, Borbo!
Oh, he's just going for the
attack direct for game. One Whiptail, two Whiptail. Oh, it's not that easy, Eddie.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there's game by Borbo! Oh, I waited for that! Thank you, Cimo. GG's. There we have it. Eddie admitting defeat. Cimo moving on in the tournament, and I think this was an elimination match, although I'm not sure. I'll update you guys in the comment section down below on YouTube when we post this, but definitely GG's, well played all around. two sportsmanship like duelists, two high-profile duelists. Great to see it in that way. Now we're going to go to Match Bullets, and I get to play versus a random viewer. So the first person that